everyone, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. And welcome to my May TBR, which is honestly ridiculous because every book, or almost every book I'm anticipating, comes out in May, and I already have a stack of books that I also got recently that I also want to read. So this is a never-ending TBR that could also be titled anticipated releases that I want to get to. So I'm going to stop talking right now and just get into it because it's going to be a long one. I will start by mentioning all the books that are coming out in the month of May, which I have pre-ordered and will be planning on reading. Obviously, with shipping delays, maybe they will not get here in time for the month of May, but I'm crossing my fingers, and then we'll move on to the physical books I already own that I would like to get to in addition to those books. The first book is it my most anticipated YA? I think it is, so it's no question that I will get to it this month, and that is Sunkissed by Casey West. This is her newest YA contemporary novel, and it is about a family that goes to this kind of like luxury resort kind of thing, if I remember, for the summer. There was a chapter sampler that was released not too long ago, and I am incredibly excited for this one because the chapter sampler kind of reminded me of the vibes of Listen to Your Heart by Casey West, which is one of my favorite books ever and definitely my favorite book by her, so this one has the potential to become an all-time favorite. This one releases May 4th, and honestly, even though I work full-time, the day this book arrives, I'm binging it. I don't care. Like, I am so hyped for this one, 100% reading it this month. On May 4th again, there's 10 Truths and a Dare? Is that what it's called? Yes. By Ashley Elston, who is the same author as The 10 Blind Dates, and from what I've heard from early reviews, it's like the same family, or they have ties together. I believe that this follows one of the cousins we saw in 10 Blind Dates, which was like a Christmas YA novel, and it just makes me so happy because I love the family in 10 Blind Dates, and so it made me even more excited for this one. I don't know too much about it aside from the fact that I believe her main character is trying to hide something that she did from her parents that could influence her graduation. Like, her graduation is 1 week away and she has to do this thing in order to be able to graduate, and she wants to hide it from her family for some reason, and so all of her relatives that are like her age, like her cousins and everything, everyone pitches in to try to help her navigate the situation. I don't know, but anything that has to do with big families I'm in for, and I love the family that is already like shown to us in 10 Blind Dates, and I can't wait to have like another perspective in that same family, so very excited for this one. We also have People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, which comes out on May 11th. Emily Henry, I love her. Beach Read was her first foray into adult romance last year, and it made my top books of 2020, and so when I heard about this one, I knew immediately that I wanted to pre-order it, and I cannot wait. Honestly, I did not read too much into the plot of this one because I didn't want to get spoiled. All I knew was that it was Emily Henry. It was another kind of adult romance written in the same style-ish as Beach Read, and so no questions asked. I will be reading it this month, or hopefully getting to it, and I'm very excited. Beach Read did make me a little bit emotional, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about People We Meet on Vacation, but I'm crossing my fingers that, just like Beach Read, it makes it to my top of 2021. On the 13th of May, we have Heartstopper Volume 4, which is very well known here on BookTube. Heartstopper is also getting an adaptation on TV. Heartstopper is a graphic novel series written by Alice Oseman. It follows Nick and Charlie. Charlie is out and gay, and Nick at the beginning starts to question his sexual identity. They end up being friends and falling in love. This does tackle a lot with coming out, but other important topics as well, such as eating disorders. Also, sorry if you hear background noises, my cat is scratching everything. So yes, Heartstopper Volume 4, I obviously had to put it on my TBR because I've been anticipating that one for a very long time. Ever since I read Volume 3, essentially, I've been anticipating it, and it's finally coming out, and I'm so excited. It really does bring all the swoony emotions, and I'm here for it. On the 18th of May, we have The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. I know a lot of Christina Lauren's newer releases haven't been loved as much. I feel like The Unhoneymooners was kind of like the last book that made the rounds that everyone agreed was a good book, and aside from that, they've been falling flat. However, I have heard that this one is a good Christina Lauren book, and it really feels like a rom-com, which is what everybody kind of looks forward to with their novels. This one has to do with DNA being able to match you up, and like, I believe that the owner of the company and one of the people who like uses the service end up matching. I don't know if it's hate to love. I don't exactly know the situation it all entails. However, I'm extremely excited for this one. People I trust, like books like Whoa, love her channel, gave it like 4.5 stars, and we usually really relate in like the romance genre, so very excited for this one, and it was on super big discount for like pre-order, so I'm hyped for that. The last book I have pre-ordered that also comes out in May is Hang the Moon, which I am blanking on the author. It will be in the illustration. That one comes out May 18th, and it just sounds like everything my little romantic heart wants. It is, the cover is swoony. The description I remember being like getting me all up in my feels, so I'm very excited for this one. I did not read the author's first novel, which was, I guess, I don't know if they're companion novels or separate because their covers kind of look similar, but I am hyped nonetheless. I do need to get to that first book eventually, but Hang the Moon is on my TBR. I think the first one is called Written in the Stars, if I'm not mistaken. Now moving on to the physical books I have, which I would like to get to. Obviously, I did not read all of the books I set out to in April, so anything that was on that TBR, if I get time to read them, I would really love that. But I have another stack of books here, some of which are repeats, some of them are new. The first one being The Spanish Love Deception. I need to get to this. This is like fake dating for a wedding. They end up falling in love. I think our hero is a little bit grumpy, and I've seen on the internet that apparently it's like I hate everyone but you or something similar to that. I love the author's Instagram. She's known as the Bibliothèque, and she self-published this, and it's been getting incredible reviews. So I had purchased it immediately, one because I wanted to encourage her and her journey in the book publishing world, but also because it sounds like just up my alley. I know a lot of people are interested in this. If anyone wants to buddy read this, let me know, or any of the books. I really want to try and get to buddy read more. Also, my cat, again, sorry, but yes, definitely want to get to this one. A book I'm bringing back from April is Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. I did not get to it. Again, this was gifted to me, so thank you for the gift. I still really want to read this very badly. This is a YA mystery thriller. It is the sequel to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which was making the rounds on BookTube. I love that book, gave it 5 stars, hence why I want to read this so badly. This one has to do with a podcast as well. Very, very hyped, and obviously I don't want it to sit on my shelf for too long because I still remember what happened in the first book, so it's the logical flow of things. This month I also received The Jigsaw Man by Nadine Matson. This was a proof gifted to me by the publisher, so thank you so much for that. It already is out. This is, I'll just read you the tagline. It says, a serial killer and his copycat are locked in a violent game of cat and mouse. Can D.I. Angelica Henley stop them before it's too late? The author of this is actually a criminal defense attorney, and so I think this book will be amazing because it's actually going to be based on how things work in the real world and not just fiction. I love detective stories. Law and Order, especially Law and Order SVU, are my favorite shows to watch. I love anything criminology and psychology, and I feel like this is definitely going to bring to the table every element I like in books. I love following detectives. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm really excited for this, and because it's a new release and I got an ARC, I would like to get to it. Speaking of, I did participate in the Frenzy Presents summer preview, and I know we're going to get mystery arcs. If they do get here, I want to read them as fast as possible, so they might take over instead of some of the other books I'm talking about because they will be coming out in the next months and I need to review them. And I'm excited for all of them, so follow my vlogs if you want to see if that happens. But moving on to the last two books, one of which is What's Not to Love by Emily Webley and Austin Siegmund Broga. This is a young adult novel. It's their fourth co-written book and it just came out. This is enemies to lovers academic rival story, and I hope I love this one. Their books have been hit or miss for me, but I'm really hoping I love this. I have a lot writing on this. I think if I don't like this one, I will not be picking up any more of their books. So I'm crossing my fingers that I do enjoy them because I DNF'd 2 of them. And I gave the other one 5 stars, so when I mean hit or miss, I really mean hit or miss. So this one is a little bit chunky for a contemporary. It's almost 400 pages, which isn't really standard, but I'm hoping I love it so much that I want even more than all the pages it has. And the last book is a little bit different, but I'm looking forward to it nonetheless, and that is Legendborn by Tracy Denon. No, it's not the last book. Oh my god, I completely forgot something. Let me talk about this real quick and then we'll move on. But Legendborn is a YA fantasy, and the reason I picked this up recently is because it kind of reminds me of Amari and the Night Brothers, which Amari and the Night Brothers is amazing. It is a middle grade, however, and this one kind of reminds me of that in a young adult fantasy setting because it follows like a magical school and our main character learns about, I think it is her mother, and there's like a secret society or something like that. And honestly, everyone I follow who usually reads romance and loves it has been raving about this book, so I think I'm going to enjoy it. And because I got it recently, I don't want to chicken out and not read it and have it sit on my shelves, so it's going to be hopefully read in the month of May. But real quick, I just remembered that Tessa Bailey is coming out with Today, Tomorrow, and Always, which is the 3rd book in the Phenomenal Fate series. The first one was This Time Tomorrow. No, that's the 2nd one. The first one is Reborn Yesterday. I need to read This Time Tomorrow and move on to Today, Tomorrow, and Always. So technically books 2 and 3 should be on my TBR. I'm planning to do a video for them, but I forgot to mention them, so they should be on my TBR, and now I'm realizing I'm never going to get to all of these. But it is what it is. So that's it for my really ambitious May TBR. Stick around if you want to see how I do. I would love for you guys to subscribe. I do plan on hosting some live reading sprints, maybe a 24-hour readathon this month. We'll see how it goes. But yes, let me know in the comments what you guys are planning on reading, and if not, leave me a pink emoji in the comments, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye guys, happy reading.